Good morning, and welcome to Coffee and a Hymn. Today's hymn has tentacles that reach through all different parts of society today. You'll want to stay tuned as I tell you the story about wonderful grace of Jesus.
Before the noise, before the day, let an old hymn lead the way. Coffee warm and truth within. That's how mornings should begin.
Wonderful Grace of Jesus was written by Haldor Lillenas. If you order choir music or voice music like I did for years and years, you'll recognize that name from Lillenas Publishing. That's the publishing company that he started. Him and his wife moved to Chicago. Lillenas' parents lived in a little island off the coast of Norway. They sold the family farm, moved to South Dakota. From South Dakota, they went to Oregon. And then Haldor wanted to make his own way as a hymn writer and a music publisher. So he moved with his wife to Chicago and started Lillenas Publishing. In the first years, they didn't make a whole lot of money. He needed a piano and an organ because they both wrote hymns, and they didn't have any piano to write them on. So he went out in Chicago, found an old organ for $5. And then the first hymn that he wrote on the new organ was Wonderful Grace of Jesus. He took the $5 he made from Wonderful Grace of Jesus and paid off the organ with that $5. That's all he made from this hymn, but he went on to write thousands of more hymns and wound up being very comfortable toward the end of his life. When Haldor was in his 70s, he went to visit Israel. And he met there a Palestinian family. Their name was Sirhan. And he befriended the mother, the father, and the children, and they actually came to live with him in America. He sponsored them and got them fugitive visas. He provided for them. The father eventually went back to Jordan and left the family in America. Lillenas, true to his promise, kept them housed and fed and cared for them. After Haldor died, Lillenas died in 1959. Several years after that, the son of the Sirhans, whose first name was Sirhan, so his name was Sirhan, was the one who went to a Washington hotel lobby in 1967 and assassinated Robert Kennedy. Lillenas never knew of this because he died in 1959 and Sirhan didn't kill Kennedy until 1967. Sirhan is still living today. He's still in prison, federal prison. He's been denied parole, I think 35 times or something like that, but he's still in prison. But don't think about that the next time you sing Wonderful Grace of Jesus. It's a great hymn, and Lillenas was a great man. The music, which Lillenas also wrote to Wonderful Grace of Jesus, has a very interesting chord in it. And if you're a music person, listen to this. If you're not, just take another sip of your coffee. This is a chord in classical and sacred music called the German sixth chord. And the best way I know to explain it is to a non-musician. You know the feeling when you've been traveling a long way and you finally see the lights of home in the distance. You're not there yet, but you can see, and the longing and the relief and the anticipation all arrive at the same moment before you even pull into the driveway. That's what a German sixth chord sounds like. It's a chord that leans so hard toward home that it almost aches. 4 notes arranged in a way that create a tension so beautiful and so deliberate when it finally resolves, when it finally arrives where it's been going, you feel it in your chest before you're able to process it in your mind. Lillenas used this chord in Wonderful Grace of Jesus. Really has nothing to do with anything except if you're a music theory person, you always appreciate the German Sixth. Let's look for a moment at what Lillenas actually wrote to kind of get a grasp of the theology he was trying to communicate. It starts off, wonderful grace of Jesus, greater than all my sin. And then the chorus goes, wonderful, the matchless grace of Jesus, deeper than the mighty rolling sea, higher than the mountain, sparkling like a fountain, all sufficient grace for even me. Deeper than the sea, higher than the mountain, matchless grace. It's the exclusivity of Jesus, the only way to heaven, unmatched grace, the highest, the lowest points, and everything in between, you'll only find in Christ. This is one of the few hymns remaining in the Baptist hymnal, anyway, the one I'm most familiar with, where the melody line is not always in the sopranos. Melody line here at the chorus is in the men's parts. Wonderful, matchless grace of Jesus. I would recommend that you listen to this hymn. Here is put up on the screen, a couple of choices you have that I think are the better recordings. So this is Coffee with a Hymn. Join me twice a week as I bring you the story of a hymn, and we drink coffee and start the day.
Before the noise, before the day, let an old hymn lead the way. Coffee warm and truth within, that's how mornings should begin.